Hello everyone. So in this video I want to talk about the Microsoft Excel's data model feature. Let us start with a simple business problem. Suppose you have the input sales data which contains the product code, it has a market, and at month level it has the volume and dollar sales. And there are other different tables in a different tab. So the one is product master, which has a mapping from product code to corresponding product name, product type, and therapy area. Another table contains the mapping between therapy and therapy dosing. And third table in the control tab contains the mapping from a market to region. The problem that we have to solve is to generate the summary at the region, therapy dosing, and a month level. The traditional answer to this problem will be using the Microsoft Excel's VLOOKUP function, right? So in this particular table, I'll get the attributes like product type and therapy based on VLOOKUP on product code. From another table, so the once I get a therapy, based on a therapy, I'll get the therapy dosing, right? And based on the market, I'll use a VLOOKUP function on a market in this table 4 in a region to get a region. So we have to apply the manually VLOOKUP function and then we will generate the master table. And on this, we can generate insert a pivot table and generate a summary that we want. However, there are some problems with this approach, especially when the data is a huge. VLOOKUP function might take a lot of time to calculate. The number two drawback is if the ranges of the formula changes. Suppose in the mapping table there are multiple thousands of records, and next time when you are refreshing a data there is a change in the input data range, you will have to make sure your ranges in the formula are dynamic. If it is not, you might miss on some of the records. So that is also another problem. So the third problem is the size of the workbook will become huge and the workbook will become very slow. And last one is about if you have to refresh the input data and as well as this master table, again you will have to do a same amount of work. But now there is much better approach, that is using the Microsoft Excel's data model. So I'll quickly illustrate how we can leverage the data model to create the summary that we want. One of the prerequisites for the data model is making sure that the input tables or the input data ranges are in a table format. So here I already have a table because once I click on this particular region, this option on the top appears. Similarly, other ranges are also the tables. So now how to navigate to the data model? You have to go into data. Along with the data model, we have this option which is relationship. Here we can create a relationship, okay? In the drop down we will get all the tables. So the table 1 is a sales table. Table 2 is in the control, which is the product mapping. I want to create this relationship based on a product code. I also have a product code in the table number 2. Okay, so now let us maybe first go to control so that we can see what we have in our other tables. Let us create another relationship between the table 2 and table 3, because based on a therapy I want therapy dosing. What is a common foreign key? It is a therapy. Now the last relationship that we have to create, that is between the table, our master table, which is sales table, and the table 4 common key is market. So all the relationships have been created. Now you can go to the data model. All these are the 4 tables. Let us go to a data diagram view. These are all the relationships we created. Okay, so now we are done with the data model. In order to generate a summary, we can create a new tab and insert a pivot table. Use this option, that is getting a data from workbooks data model. One difference we can see all the tables together. What I want is, I want a region from this table, right? Then I want therapy will come from this. Then we need a dosing, that will come from a table number 3. And then we need the total dollar sales, which is in a quantity. Okay. Now we can just format this pivot table. Okay, and as well as we can apply the filter at a month level as well on a top. So it is so easy, right? One of the advantage, we could have generated this using a VLOOKUP as well, but now let us see what is the advantage of this, right? Suppose we have the change in the input. Okay, suppose that for the infectious diseases, the dosing had changed from 1 month to 12 month. In infectious diseases, we can see that it is 1 month. So now in input table, one of the mapping, if it is changes to 12 months, okay, only thing that you have to do is just refresh the data. Okay, just refresh all and you will have the output results. So thank you so much. I hope this you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.